Hello, Interventions 1. This is Kai with week 9. Woo, week 9. All right, so I said most of our logistical things about this 2-part mini-series last week, so I'm not really going to go over anything like that. Just a quick reminder that your EPB article review and your quiz are due on Sunday at 4 o'clock. So that's all I'm going to say about that. This video really is to delve into this article review assignment. I've been receiving questions about it. I love it. This is what I like to do. So I'm just going to go through A through G really quickly just to make sure that we understand what we're doing. The purpose of this assignment: you're going to be doing tons of research as a CTRS if that's what you decide to do. Even if not, in administration, you should also be doing a lot of research just to make sure that you're up to date on, the latest technology, the latest techniques, the latest interventions, things like that. You also want to know what's working, what's not working within the community, right? So lots of people have lots of different opinions about these things. So this assignment is going to teach us how to find articles that are not only viable in fact, factual, but that are also reliable, right? We want facts and evidence from people that are reliable sources. Not everybody can be reliable. The number one example of this is Wikipedia. We definitely can find factual evidence on Wikipedia. However, the publishers are not really reliable because they're everyday people like you and I. Not saying that we are not reliable people. However, it's just better to find your journals under people that are credentialed, have been published before, X, Y, and Z. You understand the difference. So, A and B are both titles. I've been receiving a lot of questions about this. So I want to kind of give a little analogy. Your journal article title, the article title, think of it as like the title of a chapter. Whereas the journal title is the name of the entire book. So if you're writing from the Recreation Therapy Journal, then that's going to be your journal title, B, but your journal article title might be the use of motorized wheelchairs in assistive basketball play, right? That's going to be all of those words. That's going to be your journal article title, but the journal title is Recreation Therapy Journal. Hopefully that clears that up. Your authors, you want to make sure that you list them in alphabetical order, as APA 7 describes. The purpose of the article, the research questions, population studies, study methods, all of these things should be familiar to you. These are the things that you've described in your protocols in previous classes. So just make sure to follow the outline. We want certain things summarized in paragraph form, and we want certain things listed. So make sure that you're focusing on formatting. This is definitely going to go over 3 minutes, but I think it's important, so this is what it is. Your findings is, I would suggest you read the summary of an actual published journal, hopefully the journal that you are doing. Read how it's written. My biggest concern was when I write about my findings is I tend to overshare. I want to write about every single thing that I found, even if it's not necessarily significant. So what you want to do is in your findings of this article review, you want to pick out the most significant things and talk about that. You don't have to talk about every single thing, just things that are going to help you further your research and your own research question, an idea, an experiment that you have going on in your head, right? Other things can be knowledgeable and can be useful to us. However, if it's not going to propel your point, then you don't have to add it. You can leave it out. Your findings are a small summary, maybe like 250 to 300 words, I would say, if you're a word count kind of person. Same thing with your conclusion, right? You're just describing everything you just wrote in your findings. So if you want to be a little bit more convoluted in your finding paragraph, that's okay. But when you get to your conclusions paragraph, make sure it's really general, but you're still getting your point across. I found this trend and this is how it's going to help my research. There it is. The relations and implications to recreation therapy, it's also a description paragraph. I don't need you to start throwing all of these technical terms at me. However, I do want to be able to see that you are able to understand that there are different scopes, that there are different models of therapeutic intervention, and that the implications of the article that you just read follow along with whatever model or scope that you're thinking about for your research. Right? We just want to see the connections. That's what we're doing. We're all practicing skills here. Last thing I want to say is to make sure that you are all paying attention to formatting. We've had some formatting issues. I understand that when you upload it to Blackboard, sometimes it changes everything up. But just know that I always download the original file on Word or Acrobat, whatever it is, just so I can see your actual formatting. And if I still have something to say about it, it's because it's wrong. So just all of our formatting is listed right here for you. So at the end of your paper, I know you're tired of writing and you just want to be done and submit, but really just go through it and make sure that your margins are correct, that headings are bolded, that you attach the article. Please attach the article to the paper. I will be looking at your reference page just to make sure that it is correct and that, anyone who's reading your article review would be able to go and find that article if the article was not attached to the paper, because it's important. But regardless of all of that, I do want the article attached to the paper, just so I can read it for myself. And just last thing, besides plagiarism, which I shouldn't have to talk about, no use of first-person language. So this is one of the hardest things. I myself still mess it up when I'm doing documentation in my own field work.